Hi, everyone. It's Athena. Today is the 12th of January, 2021. So today we have the beautiful depiction of 12 and 21 again. In numerology, that, of course, as you've heard me explain it before, is the alchemization of the 12 turning into 21, right? Which is absolutely beautiful, which is what our intentions of doing, right, is to take a thought, and should that be a negative thought, think about how many negative thoughts per day one has. I mean, it's like it's off the chain, right? And then we turn it around. Can you turn it around? Do you know how to turn around? And can you continue to try to turn it around, right? Take that one negative thought, right? I'm too afraid. I can't do this. I should have done that. The regrets, all of those things that we think of. First of all, the past is gone. So holding on to anything in your past is just giving you unnecessary negative energy, right? And bringing it into your future is going to give you more of the same. Okay. Now, what I was really going to talk about today, very quickly, I thought about this because I'm watching The Bachelor, right? I did this for my daughter. I'm not too crazy about all the drama, but it was kind of fun to watch because what is very visible and why it is on TV is the depiction of 20-some-year-olds, some almost 30, right? I think I saw one that was 28. And, it blows me away where a 20-some-year-old is going to fall in love at this point. And, of course, I now come with the wisdom that I hold, right? And we always do say, I wish I knew then what I know now. But it's for the mere reason, which is hilarious, that the transition that we make from and some of you guys are 20, so I'm not throwing shade. This is the alchemy. This is the beautiful part of alchemization, if that's a word. It's about in your 20s, early 30s, you're totally thinking that being in love is all about the getting to know you on the surface level, right? You try to go deep. Let's talk about how these girls are talking about. So here's the thing. I'm getting ahead of myself because I really was excited last night when I watched it. I'm watching the 20-something-year-olds, almost 30, saying that they want to get married and they're falling in love and want to get married. So the first thought I had was, oh my God, how can you say I love you when, number one, you don't even know this person? And I know it's staged for TV. We know that. But yet, staging for TV or not, why are you saying I love you? And where did it start? Where did it begin? Where humanity decided to jump a lot of steps ahead of the game because they're already thinking that to have this physical attraction is being actually Well, it is. The physical attraction is being in love, right? It's physical. It is only the surface. So what happened was, if you think about it, the issue of alchemization is that we were brought up, our belief systems, to say, I love you immediately, without even entertaining, I like you. So it was already processed and given to us as such. So how could you not question it at this age, at a more mature age of going through relationship after relationship on the surface level, only to come to believe that truly those sacred words that come out of one's mouth, I mean, at this point, it should just be, I like you. Can we just go to I like you first? And I think you're a great, you have a beautiful soul. And, so that's one part. So humanity, society based on whomever started the I love you before I like you. I mean, how many times have we said, yeah, I said I love you, but did you even like the person? Which really is so important, right? Do you like their character? Do you like them for their loyalty? Are they loyal and compassionate and devoted and patient and kind? That's the like stage that turns into the love stage. But this belief system, where it came to, where it initiated, is, to me, is beyond me, where someone would say, I love you just because I'm feeling your chemistry, the sexy part of a relationship. So whomever started that, or if there is any starting point where we jump the gun, that just goes to show you how that one piece of crucial part of a relationship has already been misrepresented. Are you kidding me? So then you take it a step further on The Bachelor, and they're talking about their parents. Now, this part I really liked, because it is important. They don't understand to the extreme level of the connection of the thread. But what they do realize is that they're watching and taking hold of how their parents were raising them in terms of love. So that's the part that I talked about as parents, we must take responsibility for being a parent. You're not given that job. That's not like a job that you just, go to a 9-to-5. That's a job where you are molding this beautiful human being, this heavenly blessing. So even though they don't know the depth at that point in their late 20s, early 30s, the depth of, to the degree of which that is going to impose a huge influence upon their lives, right? And so when you look at them talking, the interaction between Matt and it was like, oh my God, this Bree is great for him, blah, blah, blah. And then I turned around and it literally changed my mind completely as Lauren started talking about how she gave up her broadcasting job or what have you in San Diego, and she decided to stay home and take care of her dad. You can tell, however old she is, doesn't matter because she's still in that 20-something group, how one's life experience changes you. So Lauren became my fave. And I don't even watch The Bachelor. I really don't like to entertain the drama. I only honestly did it for my daughter. But as I did watch it, because I want to spend quality time with her, I found it to be really important. And it came to me as I'm watching it, how we all did. We all jumped the gun in our 20s. Oh my God, love you. I am so in love with you. Are you kidding me? Why? Because we just hooked up in the jacuzzi, or you know what I mean? Do you know what I'm saying? So the point is, we can transmute just like the 1221. That's just an example of how we can transmute spiritually, how numbers play out in our lives, and how we can be more cognizant. I mean, that's really what this is all about. Are you aware of how you think? Are you aware that in our 20s, and if you are in your 20s, you may attest, please write me, that the structure of love became distorted from the moment we began. Right? But truly, when one comes into real life situations, we go from the liking to the I love you. Again, my point is those 3 words are sacred. If you say those 3 words to someone that you don't like their character, then you're doing a disservice to yourself. That's the one thing. And the second part of this, the second part that's very important just the same, is to take responsibility for the parent that you have become and the parent you are becoming. Hence, that's not a 9-to-5 job. That's a lifetime job, and that is in itself a gift. That's a gift. And being a parent, having the child is a gift, but also bringing that child up and not giving the child the belief systems that you hold, and allowing that child to grow as having their own belief systems, right? We guide them, right? With love and light. We want them to be healthy, happy, peaceful, etc. But at the end of the day, you have to take responsibility for what, this blessing that you've been given, and you hear these kids talk about their parents. I mean, I can't tell you how much my daughter talks about her friends with, her friends and their relationship with her moms and or dads. Okay, that was 15 minutes. Sorry. I'm really not sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but this is important. All of you getting ready to parent, that's important. You need to know that your 20s, 30s, 40s, there's a reason it changes the whole, your mentality, your maturity completely changes. But if you know now that you have to take responsibility as you enter into, right, becoming a parent, as you start entering into that responsibility of getting ready to get pregnant, that whole process is a gift. And, and that's all I have to say about that. 15 minutes, sorry. In a way, I'm sorry that I took a lot of your time for that, but on the other hand, I am not sorry, because this is why I do what I do. I look and dig deep at the core issues of the thread between mother, father, and child, and the thread that leads into one's personal life today, and how they've married into or are in relationships with one or both of your parents. Has nothing to do with blood. Whoever raised you, whoever taught you, etc., etc. The beliefs of how you grew up. And some did not. Some didn't get the memo. Okay. Now, this is a general reading. Oh, and thank you all, seriously. Thank you all for your kind comments and understanding that the depletion of my energy after 2 hours, really, truly, of doing back-to-back readings. Like, just to show you an example quickly of how that went down, if you were in my live, you realize that after we did these cards, right, the vibe was really high. I mean, I could feel my energy like soaring, right? And then as each reading came about, we were dealing a lot with father issues. So you can't, let's say, it's just the same thing of mixing the energy. It's like a roller coaster. So thank you for your understanding. Those of you who want to hang out, we're going to have fun on Friday. Why not? We're going to get a chance to do some really fun readings, but it won't be specific personal readings, right? It's still going to be fun though. If you choose to be there, great. My door is open. All right, let's go. Who came out? Hello. Thank you, Blessed Mother. Because this is not considered a job. This is life. Take this life as a parent. And if you have, I can't even tell you from one example to another as my daughter was growing up, how I saw from a third party situation, right? I was in the backdrop of so many parents of my daughters messing up because all they did was yell at their children. The kid was too scared to tell their parents the truth. I'm not saying I didn't have that issue, but I learned. And before I became a parent, I understood it. I don't know. I just went with it. So being a parent, being a mother, being gifted motherhood and fatherhood, I'm not going to say it does take two. It's not easy being a single mom. I am a single mom. But I wasn't a single mom at infant stage or, 1 to 7 stage. It was not easy. It is not easy, and it's not a job that, it's not a job. It's a life. If you choose to have a child, you must understand and take full responsibility for your own happiness and theirs. That doesn't also require, it's teaching them about the value of what love really truly is. From a place of happiness, contentment, peace, and understanding. No, it's not going to be easy every day. Absolutely not. But we're tested as a parent. It's patience. It's understanding. It's, it's actually the hardest one for me was patience. Giving them wings to fly. Changing your perspective when need be. Now it's time to change your perspective. If you are coming into parenthood, if you are pregnant, and or if you are going to be entertaining the idea of becoming a parent. Show them, guide them, teach them, but not teaching them through the eyes of your thread of the of what our parents did or did not teach us. Learning from what, as we go now, as we're handing the torch to our children, we are learning that there are things that I did that I loved that my mom and dad did, and there are things that I did not love. So I took all of that and made it, giving her wings to fly and showing her what happiness and what responsibility and what loyalty and trust is important. And when she is saying, I love you to her boyfriend, that she understands the value that she's giving herself and him. Now, yeah, it's, the mentality, again, is different. Understand that. But let's not throw our, oh my God, if she doesn't go to UCLA, I'm going to just scream, right? What? I think those days, I'm not going to say that because I don't know. They're probably not over. Being protective, watching always over. It's never ending. My daughter does not meet anyone that I don't feel is appropriate. And if I do feel that there is someone in her midst that is not good for her, then yeah, I protect her to the depths. And I would go to the depths to protect her. We all do. Because her friends, her external circle, right? We are who we become. We are our friends. We know that. We become who we hang out with. So the peripheral is all the, superficial. And there lies your child. She's part of your heart. You are her heart. And every person, place, or thing that comes into her scope, right? Into her, 6 feet, energetic vibe. If it's not good for her, we must protect. We protect the children. We still are children. Just because you're whatever age you're at, we are still children of God. So still remain protective of self. Protect yourself with the people around you, surrounding you, right? The wolves don't have ages either. And go about being proud of how you managed to get through raising a child. And no money in this frappin' world could pay you enough for the love of a child. Remember that. The love of a child is all that's important. The love of our children, raising them, protecting them, making sure they have what they need, making sure they have the ground. You lay the foundation. This is the foundation. Protection. Can they protect themselves? Do they? This was a big thing for Ellie. I used to tell her, watch when you're out. Look around your peripheral. Look around you. Always watch. Look around you because you don't know. These kids are not aware unless you as a parent make them aware of their surroundings. Are you walking to the car but you're cognizant, aware of your people around you? When you go to the car, do you it was like I would tell her, don't park in the parking lot at the mall, that kind of stuff. It's too dark out. Are you feeding them properly? Are you showing them to be a parent? It's okay to have a glass of wine at 18? Oh yeah, one glass won't hurt her. But there's alcoholism in the thread. Do you feel like you're doing an injustice? Or do you even think about it? Have you even thought about it? Do you do the things that you want your children to aspire to do the same? Oh, well, I smoke weed because, I'm an adult now. Well, I'm not throwing shade on you. I'm just saying whatever your child sees you doing is what that child is going to do. Smoking, drinking, partying it up. These are all giving them the tools to know their worth and value. Giving them wings to fly, but also not letting them go, right? The hanging by the thread means you have to give them wings to fly, but you also have to never let them go in the sense of protection and watching over them and making sure their needs are met. This is not ensuring that the people that they're hanging with, right, are raising their vibration and helping them instead of, here, have another drink or what have you. You know what I mean? I mean, that's the way it is. You are either going to show them, it's imperative that we show them how much they are valued, not through money, but through love. Some are going to feel the value and others will feel not so much. How does that happen? It's because the thread of how you were raised as a child Some are going to feel like I didn't, I wasn't loved the way I wanted. I have this issue and that issue. And if you can't love yourself, how are you going to give this love to your child? You are a mom. You are a father. Just handing them money isn't going to do the job, as you can see here. It's about protection. It's about letting them fly, but also giving them enough space to become their own person. So that when they are given wings to fly, they take off. And it happens in the blink of an eye. It does. And then you have, when they set sail and they leave the home, will you and or have you felt like you've done a good job? Or not? This is real. The rate of suicides in children is astounding. The bullying, we know all of it, don't we? So when they are released to go and show the world who they've become, how are they going to show up? How will they show up? How are they going to show up, right? Are they going to show up as children that understand the value of money, of life, of how they give their heart away? Are they going to show up as children of the light? Every child has a different light, and giving them wings to fly. And we are still God's children. So there's no time like the present to be who you want to be, to change who you want, what you want to change about your situation and the thread that binds you from the things, belief systems, etc., that maybe you did not agree with as a child growing up. That's what I do. I help you to realize the connection from your childhood all the way to where you're at now. The first 8 years of a child's life is when they are molded, but not controlled, in the sense that protection, but not, I think it's really cute for people to say, which they have, oh, she's your mini me. Well, actually, she's not. She's really not. She's her own person. That's just feeding your ego. People that say she's your mini me, I say thank you, but at the core of my heart, I don't want her to be anything except who she is, and that's her. Okay, I'm going to use the Starseed Oracle. for one card for this reading. I think I got 2. Oh, I got 3, right? The Trinity. I love it. Okay, first card is the Messenger. Serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. You can see who's standing there, can you not? You can depict it and you can understand it as you have been given a gift from Spirit. God is giving each one of us gifts. Children, even if you don't have children, I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to everyone who has a child in their life or in their midst, cousins, everyone that comes into a child's life, you make a difference in that child's life. Whether you're the parent or not, you still have responsibility for that child. What you say, what you do, how you do it. Here's Spirit. Here's God saying, I hand you this gift. Double mission. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. I am a light worker. So I guess in a sense, I am your messenger in this reading today. I think Spirit is just wanting you to understand that I am working, I serve through the light of God, the universe, love. I do. So thank you, Spirit. I am a light worker. And many are starseeds, light workers, empaths. We're all the same. I remember soul plan, the fated life versus destiny life. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. That's what this is about. Let you allow yourself to understand there's a difference between the fated life and the destiny life. I'm just going to read this because it is important for those who have not heard this card. The message of this card is truly one that we need to take into consideration, especially as a parent. And I did go way over the time, but I don't really care. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pulled this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life, to trust the path your soul is calling you toward, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. Remember, your soul has a greater plan, and one must surrender to it, which is here. Don't be fooled by, don't think this was a bad card, but it is the depiction of the truth of what is happening to children today. The children that get bullied, the things that happen that kids can't take it. And some children they're out on the streets. They don't know how to cope. We must give them the coping skills. We must give them self-defense classes. We must show them by our example. Have a great day.